Hi, I'm Debbie O'Connell, your LPGA professional, golf mindset expert, and the owner of Golf Positive. Welcome to the show, a place you'll find game-changing mindset. I like to start off with a quote. For this game, all you need, above all things, is a tranquil frame of mind, by Harry Vardon. He makes it sound so easy. For this game, what you need is that tranquil frame of mind. That's all you need, nothing else. Well, how do we create that? Oh my gosh, imagine the time you've played some of your best golf or your best round. Did you have that tranquil frame of mind and calm confidence in your body? What we know is tension in the golf swing is the killer of balance, tempo, timing. It gets in the way of the amazing golf skills that you already have when you add tension to that mix. So how do we create a tranquil mindset and body while you play? Deep breaths are one thing. We definitely want to make sure you're taking deep breaths in as your belly goes out. Focusing on what you want. Focusing on the positives about golf. Focusing on solutions, moving forward, playing well, what you love about it. Right now, think about and write down. If you have pen and paper, write this down. 10 things you love about golf. What is important to you about it? Why do you play? Go ahead and write it down. Let it flow. Just let it flow. What do you love about golf? Some of the answers I've received from many of my clients are, I love being outside. I get exercise and I do a sport that's really fun to play with my friends. I get connection with my friends. I love nature. I love the animals, the trees, the flowers. It's a great way to spend a day with people whom I love. I make new friends. That's important to me about golf. Competition. I love to compete. I love to get those competitive juices flowing. I like the challenge of golf because it challenges me to improve, and that's fun for me. What is it for you that you love about golf? Because when you know why you play, it'll actually support you in creating that tranquil frame of mind because you know you're in line with what you love about the game. I did this exercise one time with one of my clients, and she, in her top 5 things, it was connecting with friends, meeting new people. I love being outside in nature and observing all of that. Golf courses are beautiful. And I think last on the list is it's fun to hit great shots. You know what? You know that shot? You know that shot she's talking about? The one that feels so good. And what she noticed with that is she'd go out there and her entire focus became about how well she hit the ball or didn't hit the ball. And she would criticize herself. She'd put herself down when it didn't go well. She'd be mad at herself and get frustrated and angry. And when she took a moment to think about what is important to me about golf, why do I play this? What do I value about this game? Why I'm a part of it? Down on the list, way down, was to hit those good golf shots. Was about her score. The score never even came up on the list. And there she was, focused on the score each hole. Adding up her score instead of what she really loved about it was connecting with her friends. She would get frustrated in slow play. And there'd be slow play and she'd focus on the slow play and get angry about slow play instead of doing what she loves in the game, which is connecting with her friends, having a conversation, saying, hey, this is great. We have more time to talk because that's what I love. Hey, I can look around, I can see these birds, maybe even take a picture. What do you love? Look at that list and ask, what are the things I love? And then ask yourself to put it in order. What are the top 4 things? And try to do that unconsciously. Do it fast. Take a deep breath and go, boom, what do I love about this? Let it flow. Because the more it can flow from your unconscious, that's more the truth and the reality of truly what's important to you. So find out what's important and then focus on that. Focus on what's important to you about this game and why you're playing it. My mom in the beginning, she didn't really like the game, but she loved, having lunch after playing. That's what she really enjoyed. She goes, yeah, we get together, I get to be with my friends. And now she actually loves all parts of the game. But in the beginning, it was just that connection. So what is it that you love? And then focus on it, be grateful for it, and you'll have a more tranquil mindset. You'll have a more calm body. So here, I want to also talk about tension in the body. So I want you to start paying attention to that. The tension is really coming from your thoughts and the meaning you put to things, and you try so hard. And when I look at a student and their grip is so tight, it's just incredibly tight, squeezing the heck out of this club. I had a student one time that she would hold so tightly that her hands would hurt. She says, I know, everybody tells me to loosen my grip, I can't. I don't know what it is. I can't. And I said, well, where else do you hold on so tight to things in life? She goes, oh my gosh, driving a car. She said, the other day I was actually gardening and holding on to the hoe, and my hands were so sore afterwards. And I realized I was squeezing so tightly. So part of her homework was actually to recognize that. Awareness is a key. Recognize where else she did that and try to intentionally relax it. And she couldn't relax in golf at all. We couldn't do that at all. And then what I do is I then dig in deeper. And because here's the thing, there's a reason she couldn't let go. And when we talked more, we found out it was about control. So I asked her, what is important to you about having control? And she said, when I feel out of control, I feel unsafe. I feel scared. And we looked at different areas of her life, and then we actually related it to when she was a kid and a moment that she was out of control and she felt so scared. So from then on, she wanted to be in control, because your brain's job is to protect you. And suddenly she realized, I don't want to be out of control. And the golf swing, when you really swing well, you let it go, you truly feel like you're out of control. Although you're in more control, truly. But she couldn't let go. So just telling her to relax her hands was not going to work. I had to figure out what was going on underneath that. I had another woman in a lesson, and she criticized herself after every single shot she hit. And she was really hitting the ball in the air. We were doing a lesson, she's hitting it well, it's going in the air, and I'm thinking they're pretty good shots, they're sounding good. She would say, oh, that went a little to the right. And it was a little, not a lot, but she wasn't happy with it. She goes, oh, I'm not hitting it very far. So I started to ask her, I said, I want you to tell me something positive about each shot. Because the more she criticized herself, the more tension she created. Because the more frustrated she was getting. So today we're talking about how do we release that tension. Awareness first is a key. What's happening that's creating this tension? Then I like to go that one deeper and figure out why is that happening? What's going on underneath this? What does it feel like if you relax control? And so with this particular client, we were trying to find out what was going on with the negative thoughts and why she felt she had to beat herself up almost after every shot, or after every single. So I challenged her. I said, I want you to say something positive after each shot you hit. Find something. I don't care what. It went straight, it went in the air. One thing positive. I'm balanced. I tried my best. Something positive after each one. And it was a real challenge for her. She always felt like she wanted to criticize herself. So I asked her, when did you first start to do this in your life? She said, oh, I've always done it. And I said, what other areas do you do it in? She said, everything, except one thing. She said, except one thing. I do it everywhere else. I'm always putting myself down. And I said, what makes you think that you deserve to be put down every time. She said, oh, you know what? When I was a kid, I could never do anything right. My dad always put me down. No matter what I did, he always found a fault. So all of a sudden that became her training and her mindset. And because of her dad always doing that, she never felt good enough. So here she is trying to play golf, and she's new, and she doesn't feel good enough about herself. Did you ever feel like you were the worst one in the group and you didn't feel like you belonged or didn't feel like you were good enough? Creates tension, doesn't it? Our mindset and our beliefs will create tension in the body. So I had her think about, I said, what is that one area? She said, oh, I'm a nationally ranked bridge player. And I said, did your dad ever play bridge? And she said, no. She said, but you know, I think that's why I know I'm good at that, and I feel really confident when I'm in bridge. But her programming underneath was to, for every other area of her life, criticize herself. So I just challenged her, one, the awareness, and we figured out why, and I have techniques where I help release people from that. We actually shift the unconscious beliefs. It's with neurolinguistic programming and timeline therapy. So we shift them. First, right here, how you can start is the awareness. So do you grip the club too tightly? Do you criticize yourself and create frustration and anger and bad feelings, which all will create tension? How about trusting yourself? I'll have people and my clients who are constantly trying to steer the ball because they don't trust themselves. And with being very inquisitive and working on mindset, I would ask, where else don't you trust yourself? And they say, oh, well, I don't trust my decisions at work. I doubt myself all the time. Even in my relationship, I don't really like to make any decisions, or I second guess myself often. I'll have a conversation, I'll think through it, and I'll say, just even with friends or with, at a party, I'll think about my conversations and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said this, I shouldn't have said that. Second guessing, not trusting that they were just being themselves, not trusting their actions. And then what happens when you don't trust, it creates tension because you're going to try to force the shot. You're not going to let it swing, let it go. Let it go, let it go. We got to let it go in golf. But if you don't trust yourself, it makes it more challenging. So ask yourself about that as well, about that trust. Do I trust myself? Some people I know, feel like they don't belong. They step up to a golf course and they're looking around like they don't belong there. Well, where else do you maybe not belong? And when did you decide that? Because when you realize these things, you can start right now. I want to teach you this. Start to ask yourself, what do I want to believe instead? If you want to go deeper, reach out to me. If you want to do a little shift right now that could serve you pretty well, ask yourself, what do I want instead? What do I want instead of needing control? I want to let the club swing. What do I want instead of not trusting? I want to trust that I can be fluid. So how do we start to develop that trust? We're going to do some drills. All right, here's a drill I want you to do the next time you're on the golf course. I want you to make some swings, smiling. Like force the smile. Can you smile right now? Go ahead, force it. Even if you push it. Push it. Whoop, whoop, there it is. Yes, there's your smile. Smile. When you're over the ball, I want you to smile and swing. And then also grab a bag of potato chips. So I want you to go out with the practice range. You do this on the course too. Definitely on the practice range for sure. Do it on the course as well. Oh gosh, this is two great drills. Smiling when you're hitting the ball for one. And then here's your challenge. Put a potato chip between your teeth. Put a potato chip right there between your teeth and hold it like this. And then swing. It kind of forces you to smile, doesn't it? And your goal is to make a swing and never crunch down on that potato chip. That is such a great drill. We want tension free, right? If you're tight in the jaw, it goes down your neck and into your shoulders, you're not as flexible, you're not as fluid, you're not as balanced. The club isn't swinging. Some of you are like, I want to hit the ball farther. Release the tension. Release the tension. Get positive, empowering beliefs. Release the tension. Do these drills. Smiling, for one, because you're going to release some great happy chemicals. We know that. We're going to put the chip there and keep going until you can swing without crunching that chip. Play a whole round of golf with every tee shot with a chip in your mouth. Every shot into the green with a chip out in your mouth. Now, I'm not a proponent of eating chips on the golf course, so don't crunch it so you don't have to eat it. Here are some other drills. I had a student one time. This guy was great. We were playing. It was actually during a lesson, and I had him do a drill with his feet together, and he hit the ball great. It distracted him from having everything so perfect, and then feeling this pressure. All right, I got the perfect setup. I got everything exactly the way I want it. I've got to hit the ball, and the pressure on him. And then I said, you know what? Put your feet together and swing something. Put his feet exactly together, boop, right together, and then he'd swing with his feet together. All right, he would just put his feet together, he'd swing, and then he had to focus more on his body and his balance. That's what he was focused on. And he hit, all of a sudden, every shot was going. And he had more fluidity in his swing. And I saw him a few days later, and he had played. He said, oh my gosh, Debbie, you won't believe this. He said, I was out on the course, I started to struggle, so I started to put my feet together. And I was playing great. And my playing partner's like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know. I hit better with my feet together. And he played that way. He said, I had one of my best rounds. So what happened? He had a whole different kind of, he got relaxed, and then he got confident in that shot. And it was much more fluid with balance and tempo because he had a shift. He wasn't thinking thoughts anymore because his brain got focused on staying balanced, because it's not as easy to stay balanced, is it, when your feet are together? So it shifted for him. To take this to the next level, swing standing on one foot. You stand on one foot and swing, right? Put that foot up, stand on one foot. Then you're really going to work on those balance centers in your brain. Your brain's job is to protect you. It's going to protect you emotionally. It's going to protect you physically. In every way, shape, or form, it's constantly watching and looking to protect you. It wants to keep you on your feet. It will do everything it can to keep you balanced. And then you want to switch and do that on your other foot. One foot, take some golf swings. Now you're getting that balance. And when you practice that way, what's going to happen is you're going to start to get confidence. I can hit it on one foot. I can hit it on the other foot. I can swing with my feet together and hit some great shots. And then put it in one hand. Hit a shot one-handed and really let it go. Try your best not to fight it. We're going to let go of control. Remember, I made the comment earlier. It said you really have more control when you're in less control in golf. Well, what does that mean? That means this. If I hold this club and I let it swing back and forth, how much control do I have right now? Nothing really, right? I'm just, I guess, have this swinging between my two fingers. Isn't it swinging kind of nicely? Same tempo, back and through, good timing and tempo. Now, if I grab this and hold tightly, I'm really gonna try do this. I'm gonna use my humanness. All right, I don't know if this is as good. I don't know, I'm trying. I don't know. I feel tension here. I'm holding on tight and I'm making the club go back and forth. So which one is smoother? Which one is actually looks more in control? This one or Look at me, I'm even tightening my mouth. I'm really trying. Or that one. Which one? This one. Why is that? Because of physics. Gravity, centrifugal force. It's going to flow. The club will just flow. That's the way you want to swing a golf club. You want it to be in flow. So when you do a drill one-handed, let gravity bring the club down. You just turn your body. How do you turn your body, right? You turn away, you turn towards, let it just drop and swing. Even on the backswing, we don't want to lift the club up, right? We're going to be relaxed. You turn your body, let it swing up. Then you turn your body, let it drop down. And then put it in your other hand. Turn, let it swing up. Turn your body, let it drop down. Let it swing up, let it drop down. You can hit some shots with this. Now, what I encourage you to do is make sure you don't have any physical injuries already, right? If you have something going on in your shoulder, the one-handed drill, you want to take a short club, choke down. Make sure it's comfortable for your body. It is a good drill if you can physically do it. If you can't, don't do it, all right? But you can, even just without hitting a ball, just feel that club drop and swing. This is a great drill to do at home. Just get that feeling and flow of balance and tempo, because now you're letting go. And then if you start to recognize, wow, this club swings pretty consistently. When I let it go and I let centrifugal force and physics swing my club. When I'm just the center of the circle and I wind up and unwind and I let the club swing, wow, it really swings well and comes back to that spot. So take a deep breath, put that smile on your face, do these drills one-handed. Even if like a little chip shot, a little putting, but feel that centrifugal force. Another drill I'd love for you to do is really notice your tempo and speed. So I want you to swing, do a drill Payne Stewart would do. Payne Stewart would do a drill where he would attempt to hit every club the same distance. Now, didn't he have that fluid swing? Oh my gosh, a beautiful swing to watch. And he would start with his wedge, say he was just trying to hit it 100 yards. Nice fluid swing. Then he'd take out maybe an 8-iron. And his goal is to hit it 100 yards. So he had to change his tempo. He really had great tempo, and it would change. And then he did that with a longer iron, and he would do it with a fairway wood. He would do it with a driver. The same thing, he just tried to hit everything 100 yards. That was the feel he had in his body. That was the tempo. You do that drill. Here's another one, swing at 75%. So get up there, make a golf swing. If this is 100%, right? Swing at 75%. And then swing at 50%. Right? So what you want to do is mix that up. And notice, and each time be balanced. Notice the tempo and timing, and start to trust how your body can be in good timing no matter what speed you swing. So it's all the same, right? I can swing slowly. I turn my shoulders, turn my hips, finish balanced. Now I just turn up the speed a little, turn a little faster, turn through a little faster. But we can still have this great tempo and timing with different speeds. So now you're challenging yourself. Now you're doing different things when you're out practicing. And I want you to recognize all the time, what is my tension level? How am I feeling? Notice, do a swing where you squeeze real tightly with your grip, then do another one where you're really loose. Find what is the best grip for me. What is that? What is that for you? I got a great tip. I'm going to tell you a secret I learned from Joanne Carner, LPGA Hall of Fame, World Golf Hall of Famer. Remember Big Mama? So she said with your target side hand, you take the pinky and ring finger and you hold on a little tighter. And I tell you, when I started doing this, it's changed my game. So these two allowed me to have that secure feeling in my hand of this club staying in my hand. I knew I could hold on a little tighter there, and that's this muscle underneath. So that was this muscle. So I don't know if you can see my shirt moving there, but when I squeeze, it's that muscle. Then she said to relax all other fingers and thumbs, both thumbs, just relax them on there. So basically for me, if I hold the club like this and I let go with those last two fingers, the club falls out of my hand. That's how relaxed the rest of my grip is. So I want to be able to let it go. I want the most club head speed here. But those two fingers too, it actually allows you to release the club easily and effortless. Right? It's like a lever, whoop, just with those two fingers. Great little drill to practice. Okay? So that you can work on, have that knowledge and feeling that, all right, I got the club, it's not going anywhere, and everything else relaxed. That's a great way to practice. And experiment different pressures. Make a swing where you're really just focused on your arms, like noodle arms. Anybody ever tell you that? Noodle arms. Woo! You're gonna just let your arms totally hang and relax. You just wanna let them go. Noodle arms. And swing that loose. Woo! How loose could you be in your arms? Do that with your shoulders. You know, I had a student one time, we were doing a playing lesson. He walks over to, he had a chip shot. And I look over and he's like this. And he's going to hit his chip shot, he's doing his practice. I said, hey, no neck. And he said, what do you mean? I said, I can't see your neck. Drop your shoulders. And he goes like this. And he went, oh, I didn't even notice. All that tension. Notice that in your everyday life. Notice it right now. Where are your shoulders? Where are they? Are they up close to your ears? Are they down? Where are those shoulders? Practice right now getting tension free, getting tranquil. Take a deep breath in through your nose, breathe in calm, out through your mouth. And when you did, you notice I did that? Let your arms drop. Let your arms drop. Let them relax. Let go. How many of you hold so tightly all day? Let go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let your golf swing flow. And then I want you to do this. I want you to practice. So I've given you lots of drills for the smile, right? The potato chip, feet together, one foot, then the other foot. And then swing in one hand, the other hand, right? Do all these drills. Get feeling loose and relaxed, tranquil on your physical body, quiet, tranquil mind. Then do 50% swing, 75%. Go through your bag, hit every club the best you can. The tempo you're doing is every club goes the same distance. Now they may not, but you're gonna swing in that tempo and you're gonna have that balance. And that's what we're looking for, that tranquil body, letting things go. Do all those drills and notice. And then I want you to be aware of your body throughout the day. Are you tranquil throughout the day? Because after all, when we're in a panic mode, we have a lot of tension and stress, life's harder. It's harder to make great decisions. It's more challenging. It's not healthy. It's not healthy either when we're like this. It's painful eventually, right? Those muscles, we want to let them go. So notice that and then start to let go. Because if you start to let go in other areas, you'll start to let go in the golf swing. So ask yourself, what do I want instead? If it's that control, I want to have trust. Not trusting myself, I want to have courage. I want to believe in myself. So when you're noticing these parts of your game, like the tight grip, like not trusting, not believing, what do I want instead? How do I want to feel instead? And then you have these drills to actually physically go out and work on, so you can feel the quiet, tranquilness in your mind and then feel it in your body as well. But check this out. This is how you're going to swing and let it go. Continue to golf positive, everybody. You deserve to let the best out in you. So get tranquil. Relax your body, let the swing flow, and watch how your scores will drop. Golf positive and keep smiling.